Welcome back to another episode of All Things Weather with Anthony and Brody. Now, Hurricane Beryl has moved off to the north and east and kind of just now left of a remnant low as it moves off to the north and east. But she brought records of her own. She broke records, and she even created some records for her own. It was the earliest Category 4 and Category 5 on record in the Atlantic hurricane season. So there's one. Another one was that this Hurricane Beryl was the furthest east storm to ever form since 1933. And this formed out in the central and eastern Atlantic. So it was the furthest east storm that had ever formed. It was the first storm that went to undergo rapid intensification in the main development region in the month of June. And rapid intensification is when it goes 35 miles per hour or greater within a 24-hour time span. Beryl went 65 miles per hour within 24 hours. So almost basically double what the normal status or threshold is for rapid intensification. And the main development region is out into the central and eastern Atlantic. And also, it was the second ever Category 5 to occur in July. The second Category 5 hurricane was Hurricane Emily back in 2005. So quite a few records that Hurricane Beryl created and broke of her own. This is the path of Hurricane Beryl. You can see the green dots all representing when it was just an invest or tropical wave. Then we start getting into the depressions. And look quickly how it went from a tropical storm to a Category 4 and Category 5 hurricane very quickly within the span of 24 hours. Continued on that western track all the way up until it made landfall near the Grenadines and Grenada. Very powerful storm that made landfall there. Continued to make its track in toward Jamaica, bringing impacts to Jamaica. Then the next stop was the Yucatan Peninsula, where it made landfall as a Category 1 hurricane, moved over land, weakened, and then went back into the Gulf of Mexico as a tropical storm. Dry air and wind shear really hindered this system as it was in the Gulf of Mexico. It was running out of time to gain strength, and it quickly gained Category 1 status right before landfall winds at 80 miles per hour. And, of course, you can see as it moved off to the north and east. Now just a remnant low. So Hurricane Beryl was quite a storm for the record books for this year's hurricane season. Now, good news is Hurricane Beryl has moved off to the north and east. But, Anthony, I know we did have some tornado warnings this morning. Are we good from Hurricane Beryl, and could we expect maybe some less humid air to come in from Beryl?
Well, Brody, you nailed it. Lower humidity is coming thanks to this front that is currently as we're recording this, in Louisiana, Arkansas. Behind this is some drier air that's going to wrap around the remnants of Beryl, and we pretty much got nothing from it besides a tornado warning like you mentioned. That was in Prentiss County. That rainfall is over for us. The next couple of days will be dry. Definitely a welcome change in Mississippi here. So there's that dry air coming in, and the story for the next few days is going to be that lower humidity, drier air, and what this front's going to do, it's going to park itself just along I-10 pretty much. It's going to enjoy its little couple days vacation. It's going to weaken, and then some moisture will start entering our area. That won't be until Friday and really Saturday where we start seeing rain chances on the increase. So it's going to be good to head outdoors. That dry weather coming in, you're still going to have to take those precautions because the humidity level is still fairly modest there. You can see that dew points will be probably in the mid-60s. So yeah, it's the summer. We don't enjoy dew points in the 40s and 30s like we do in the winter, but outside activity is definitely a go if you have any of those. Tomorrow morning for the dog walk, mid to upper 60s. I'm forecast around 67 in the Houston area and Chickasaw County, 69 in Starkville. A little bit more mild and not as cool, you could say, in the communities to the south. In the afternoon, we'll have an opportunity to warm up. 91 in Starkville, which is about normal for this time of year. But what isn't normal is that lower humidity. 91 in Jackson, and then towards Little Rock, enjoying the 80s for high temperatures. Then, as we do head into the afternoon, like I said, lower chances for rainfall. Notice I did put a breezy icon. It will be breezy in the morning, but as that low heads to the north and east, not worried too much about that. Winds will be mostly to partly cloudy in the afternoon. Beautiful day to enjoy those outside summer activities at camp. So there's your rainfall expected over the next couple of days, and well, for the next week, going into next week. Now, what you'll notice is not the dark greens, like much above average. What I'm forecasting is kind of a normal summer pattern, which means about 30% chance for a pop-up shower or storm. That's going to be the name of the game coming up here. We do need it because Starkville is in a deficit about 2 to 4 inches in the last 30 days. So drought could develop pretty quickly here, especially with these hot temperatures. Temperatures in the upper 90s coming up for the weekend. Then we do introduce rain chances, but we're going to get the heat, humidity, and those rain chances. So enjoy the next couple of days here because those rain chances will start bumping up. We'll start getting humid again, and then we'll be, I won't say miserable, but yeah, it's the summer.